Alright guys, I'm Aces, this is Dart, and this is Snake, and we're here with our top 10 protagonists in games today. Dart's going to start us off with the number 10 spot.
In the number 10 spot, we picked Master Chief. I know a lot of y'all be upset that he didn't rank higher, but we seemed that he was awesome, but he was sort of stereotypical from action movies. But he just deserved recognition.
Yeah.
Don't y'all agree?
Yeah, I just think the Master Chief was a complete, bad butt, shoot 'em up, explosions everywhere, that type of guy, but when it really came down to it, there was no really personalization to him. Like, he had no real personality. He was just more, as Dart said before, a tank, really.
Yep, I have to agree with them on that.
Thanks.
Alright, I'll be doing the number 9 spot. This will be Baird from, are we going to say Judgment, or just all?
Judgment.
Judgment. We're going to say from Baird from Judgment. Now, I personally didn't care for Baird as much as Dart did, but I will have to say that he is really good in Judgment compared to all the other ones he is in, because he's more hardened and he's a better leader and warrior.
I know a lot of y'all agree. Baird is so much better than Marcus.
He's got great intelligence. Makes him a real key in the Gears of War. I'll be doing number 8, Batman. Well, we picked Batman basically from Arkham City because we gotta face it, that is a cool game. It is awesome to see people's bone break in the X-rays. And of course he fights Joker and all them crazy psychotic villains. So we think he went with number 8 just because he is a cool superhero who has no superpowers and he just beats them all up with his fists, which is just awesome. I think all y'all agree on that.
And spoiler warning, in the final battle with Clayface, you know that Batman has nothing to lose, yet he's still willing to risk it all to save the Joker, even though he killed the love of his life and is going to destroy Gotham. That's a true hero.
I have mixed feelings about Batman. In my opinion, when I think of superhero, I mean superpowers. I don't mean millionaires. But I still think he earns a rightful spot on this because I did play, as you guys said, from the Arkham games. I played Arkham Asylum, and I loved that game a bunch. I really liked the way it looked and the way Batman went to Arkham Asylum knowing that most of the people in there he put away, yet he still stayed and found out the mystery. I don't know the whole story of it, but still, I liked it a lot.
And you have to give it to him. He got up from his back being broken, so
yeah,
by Bane, so he's somewhat superhero right there.
And I'll introduce number 7, Snake from Metal Gear Solid 4. Sure, he's old, but he still takes out
It's okay, buddy.
EMCs by himself and just cutting corners because it's so confusing the story is. The end is one of the greatest finales, I personally think, in gaming history. When he squares off against his brother one last time on top of Outer Haven, that was amazing.
I haven't really played any of the any of the Metal Gear Solid games, particularly because I'm so focused on other things, Call of Duty mostly. But as seen from the trailers and from the new Metal Gear Solid game that has recently came out on the next gen consoles, I still think that Snake deserves a spot on this because he is so badass, and the fact that he hides in a cardboard box.
I ain't got nothing to add on that.
Alright, so I'll be introducing number 6, Sam B from the first Dead Island, or
From
just
both.
yeah,
He's
just
from both.
Now, as you all know who have played Dead Island, that you can pick your characters, and Sam B is one of them. Now, Sam B is, a rapper, and he sings the Voodoo You Voodoo, that word.
Beats zombies to a pulp with his bare fists.
Yeah. So I just think, for me, he was kind of the comic relief. Sorry. Because, rapper, just this some of the stuff he did was pretty funny to me, and for me, he was the comic relief of the game.
Best line from the game. Time to PvP, mofos.
I'm gonna go with number 5, Lee. Y'all gonna have to help me out with Lee.
From The Walking Dead.
From Walking Dead. I didn't really play much Walking Dead. They mainly picked him.
I think he had great characterization. I mean, you felt sorry for him. He killed the dude his wife cheated on him with, and he was going to jail, and the zombie outbreak happens. I mean, that's just bad luck. On the way, he rescues a little girl, and he starts finding his morality again. He's trying to protect her from the horrors of the new world. It's just, you kind of connect with him and feel sorry for him. Don't you agree?
Yeah, I did play The Walking Dead a little bit, not as much as Dart here did. He knows more about the storyline than both of us. But during the time I did play it, I really enjoyed it. As you said, he killed the man that his wife cheated on him with, and finds this little girl,
Clementine.
yeah, Clementine, in a treehouse all by herself.
And she threatened to drop her hammer on his head, yet he still tried to protect her.
Exactly.
That's
You want
my-
me to get it? I can get it. Okay, I'll go with number 4, Grizz, since I couldn't really describe Lee that great. Grizz from Rise Kasai. A great warrior. He saves, what was it, Rue? It was Rue, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Rue.
Rue and his sister from just the...
Okay, if you put someone on the list, you gotta know something about them.
Oh, well, anyways, moving on. Well, Grizz, we put him down as number 4 because he is an awesome warrior, and he fights through just armies with Barbosa, and he just doesn't give up no matter what. And it comes to a tragic end when he ends up getting killed because a big old tentacle thing called Kraken Limb ends up body slamming him, which you will see in the video. It's just really sad for an old man to be beaten down that way, but he is an awesome warrior. That's all I got to add. Y'all got anything on
You
that?
can sort of see where it got inspiration from Metal Gear Solid for the dude being old and stuff. Even though it came out before Metal Gear Solid 4, it just sort of ties in that way.
Yeah. Now these two actually got me to play Rise of Kasai. I knew nothing about the game. In fact, we didn't I don't know if you guys knew, but I didn't know there was an actual game before that called
Mark of Cree.
Mark of Cree, and kind of ties into it. So I didn't really know what I was getting into going into the second game. But as I played, I agree with both of them that Grizz by far was probably my favorite character because, as you said, Snake, he was such a great warrior and an uncle towards the character who was being chased after. And as you said, I teared up when he died because I did not want him to die. I wanted him to go in and just kill everybody. But no.
Even when he dies, he looks into their face and he tells them to take the mark off of his back. Which that had to take some real courage for her to cut it out. It's just great.
And I'll introduce the number 3 slot, Michael DeSanta, or also known as Michael Townley from GTA 5. I picked him because I thought he had the best backstory to him. He was willing to betray his 2 friends to save his young family, and he had to live with that decision the rest of his life. But little did he know his meth head friend would come knocking on his door 10 years later looking for revenge. And what follows is a very thought-out story of how they got to be friends again, I guess you'd say.
I wouldn't say as much friends as I say would
Acquaintances.
or business partners.
They knock a few banks together, and one of the best parts is Michael's interactions with his family, because you feel for him that he's, out of the loop with the family life, and he wants to go back to robbing banks, but
When it comes to push and shove, they mainly look out for each other. You can say that about them.
I would have to say, out of all of the GTA 5 characters, I would have to go with Michael DeSanta, because as you guys have already said, he's a tough nut guy. He deals with the choices he has made and makes the choices based on, in the heat of the moment, basically, kind of like that.
Yeah.
And I just feel for the guy. I sympathize with him because his family after a while.
Hates him.
Yeah, hates him, even though he betrayed his two best friends to save them. So I agree that Michael DeSanta should at least get the third place slot. And I will be introducing the second slot. Well, actually, Snake, why don't you get this one since I have no idea what
I'll take Max Payne. Max Payne, awesome character. He deals with his family being killed in the first one just by drug people, drug heads. And he sort of lets it slip to his mind. And he starts doing drugs and everything. But, you know, any person who went through that much would have something wrong without being able to kill themselves, which is very outstanding. But anyways, Max Payne, he's cool because we put him as number 2 because he goes into slow-mo when he jumps in the gameplay. He rides behind a freaking airplane and just shoots at it with a grenade launcher and takes out the engines. He's just a cool, badass character.
To me personally, I like Max because you struggled with him as he battled his inner demons. One of the best moments in the whole series was in Max Payne 3 when he finally just flushes the pills down the toilet and throws the bottle of beer against the wall and shaves his head and says, "That's it, I'm starting over and going to put this behind me and make a new life for myself."
I personally did not play Max Payne. I did not get the opportunity to play Max Payne. But as these guys have discussed with you already, coming from some of you who haven't played Max Payne, as from what I've heard so far, he's like kind of like Michael DeSanta, tough nut guy, toughs his way through some inner demons and outer demons too.
Deals with problems when they come.
Yeah.
Including obesity.
Yes. I will introduce the number 1 spot. Now, this is a spot that all of us, in our opinion, deserves to be.
Without a doubt.
Yeah. The number 1 spot goes to Shepard from the Mass Effect series. Now, for you who don't know, Shepard, I don't know what he begins out as, but as I understand it, he's a galactic war veteran who just pretty much kills everybody while being killed at the same time. I think that's pretty badass.
They always manage to bring him back. He lived through 3 wars, universal wars at
He
that.
didn't live through 3 wars. He died.
Well, basically, he did live because you got me.
He
Even
dies
though
at
they did bring him back.
Let's just agree that he fought all 3 wars.
Okay,
He was
fought
in
all
3
3
wars.
universal
And the
wars.
best part is there's no Shepards that are the same because you get to make choices all throughout the story from how you talk to people to how you act. You might even be a dude, you might be a chick. It don't matter. You could talk your way out of a conversation or shoot your way out. It was up to you. And I think that's what made it the best is because you could have your own character. You felt like you belonged to that game universe.
One of the best RPGs.
Congrats on the win, Commander Shepard.
You too, Commander Shepard.
Seriously?
Sorry, Garrus. You have to admit it's quite an honor.
It's quite an award. Where are we gonna put that bad boy?
I know the perfect spot.
Great. Bring it by when we're done playing, would you?
Bring what by? You had it last.
No, I gave it to you.
I don't think so.
I handed it to you right after we walked off stage.
And when we got on the shuttle, you had it.
Yes, but you were the one showing it to the crew.
I never should have let you hold it.
Alright, guys, and that's going to be our top 10 spots now. I kind of make this up as we were going through this list, but I wanted all 3 of us to pick a character that was not named on this list that we think should at least be mentioned within this video. I'll go first. I honestly think this is a childhood favorite of mine, actually. You guys are going to laugh at me for this, but I think Sly Cooper from the Sly Cooper series was really awesome, considering that his father was killed. I don't know why his mother was never mentioned, but for some reason his father was killed by the Vicious Five or
Fiendish.
It was
Fiendish.
Fiendish 5.
Fiendish Five, and they took his birthright which was this Thievius Raccoonus because his ancestors were all thieves, and just going through all the games made me happy, and just the experiences he did. Wow. On the 3rd one, getting finally with Carmelita Fox. I thought that was awesome.
I'll have to go with Kime from Lost Odyssey. I mean, if you've lived 1,000 years and haven't gone insane yet, you still find the strength to do the common good. Man, you're just hard to explain that, but
Yeah.
if you play it, you know what I'm saying. You can, you felt sorry for him, having to never die, and his kid dying as soon as he found out she was alive. If you play through that, you found a really great story that many people underrated. So, I think Cobb should have been in the top 10.
I'm gonna go with Grayson Hunt because he was just one of my favorite characters in Bulletstorm. I mean, he's just a guy. He just powered through anything. He didn't know what the word subtle was. If you played the game, you would know. And he's just real comedy. He's just a good character. I like him shooting up people and everything, kicking people off buildings. I just love Bulletstorm.
And one of the most famous lines ever. You will punch my dick off? I'll punch your dick off. While talking to a woman. So I thought, now that guy was a comic relief.
Yeah,
Like,
he
the whole
was.
game was a comic relief. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. We hope to do more videos like these in the future. Hopefully with Modular Jungle and Reacts with us. So stay tuned and wait for our next video coming, all the weekdays. Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays.
And if you like us, feel free to tell your friends about us. Get as much ratings as we need.
You want to say anything, Dart?
Look forward for our next video, Top 10 Gaming Villains of the last decade.
Hope you guys enjoyed, and we will see you in our next vid.
Really?
That's what they're called.